When I was 8 years old, my mom remarried a man that really loved her, but didn't really like the kids all that much. We called him Hank the Tank. He was 20 years in the military, and we lived in Long Beach here for about a year. And then all of a sudden, my mom just couldn't come out of the bedroom. Something was wrong. She was sick. I didn't know if she had a flu or a cold. I didn't know what being really sick was at 9 years old. And Hank was so possessive of my mother. He would lock her in the bedroom and wouldn't let the kids go in. He said, "Oh, you'd wear out your mom. She needs her energy. Don't go in the bedroom." So I would go weeks at a time without seeing my mom, even though we lived in the same house. I remember one day she called me into the bedroom. Hank wasn't home, and so I felt safe going in. My mom said, "I'd like for you to go down to the flower store to get some flower seeds." And I went to the nursery, got the seeds, went out carefully under her bedroom window and planted the seeds in a flower box there. Being a kid, only 9, I watered them probably one time. And about 6 weeks later, my brother, Mike, said, "Jimmy, I need to talk to you." I went into that room. I was thinking, what in the world is in there? And Mike sat on the bed and had me sit up on his lap, and he said, "Jimmy, I got some bad news. Mom is dead." And it just hit me. I remember I clawed his forearm so hard I drew blood with my nails. And he just let me squeeze him. And that was the day everything changed. The funeral happened, and Hank was so emotionally distraught he couldn't even go to the funeral. We got home, and for whatever reason, Hank decided to sell all the furniture. Hank came out of the bedroom with his bags packed. He came out and said, "I can't take the pressure. I'm moving back to San Francisco." He didn't hug us. He didn't really say anything else. He just walked out the front door and jumped into a cab, sitting on the curb. None of us had even noticed the cab was there. And we just all pressed our faces against the window in that house in Long Beach and watched him drive away, thinking, what's next? Our dad wasn't around. Here our mom had just died, and our stepdad had walked out on us. You know, it's odd to think how a 9-year-old's mind works. And I just remembered the flower seeds. And I ran out to that flower box, and there they were, about 2-inch shoots, little green shoots coming up. But it was like my mom sending me a message saying, life's gonna go on, flowers will bloom, it'll be okay.
My own mom, she had a love for books. She read constantly, and she read good books. And she instilled in me a love of books and a love for reading. And so Gene Stanton created out of Glenn Stanton a lifelong reader. And so I'm very thankful to her for that gift that she gave me.
You know, my mother and I never really saw eye to eye. And so, but I always appreciate her belief in her son and being an advocate for me. So that's what I appreciate.
My mom was always there for me, so for Mother's Day, it's a great opportunity for me to celebrate and recognize that she was always there when I needed her. Coming home from school, as a stay-at-home mom, she would be there. In the summertime, if we were out in the street playing baseball with a tennis ball and all the boys would come in with our sweaty hands and reach into the ice maker, she was there telling us to wash our hands before we reach for the ice. But whenever I've needed her, she's been there for me.
My wife gave me the great joy of having kids.
Hey, moms make a great difference. They always cheer you on in the race, no matter what. Am I right?
My daughters and I want to celebrate their mother this year, in part because of her faithfulness in serving and loving our family day in and day out, not just with the big things and the big times, but in the small ways, in the everydayness of our lives. And so we want to be that faithful family that will honor her.
My mom really set the tone spiritually in our house, and it set me on this path of knowing God personally, not just what my church taught me, not just what my friends talked about, but really experiencing Him in a very unique, original, and a very real way.
In our family, when one of the kids gets hurt, there's no question about it. They want mom there.
You know, my wife does so many things that go unnoticed. She serves us in just amazing ways, but yet often feels unappreciated. And so today is the day that we get to thank her. We get to make a big deal about the things that she does for us.
Because I have many warm memories of my mother creating a Christ-like loving environment in our home. And now that I'm married with 3 children and a lovely wife, I'm watching her create that same environment for them, teaching our children the love of Christ each day. Moms make the difference in the lives of their children.
I am celebrating my mom this Mother's Day because she has always been my biggest fan.
So now that you've been inspired with why to celebrate Mom, show Mom she matters. Our free guide has everything you need to make Mom feel valued, from easy gift ideas to fun activities for the whole family. Download your free Mom Matters Kit at focusonthefamily.com/mom-dad-celebrate.